Good morning, children. Welcome to 6th class. This is your English sir teaching English. Hope you all know me. Okay, so 5th class English and 6th class English is a bit different. So everything is going to be a bit complex here in the 6th class. Hope you will follow it. So I will be very simple when I explain, and I make sure that you will all understand what I am teaching you. If you have any kind of doubts and if you don't understand what I teach, you can please WhatsApp me on my WhatsApp number, which is available in the group. Okay, so it starts with 99499, so you can check it out and write to me. Okay, so coming to the 6th class English, there are 8 units. Hope you all have textbooks in your hands. If you have that, you can check out the index page where you can check the lessons which you are going to study. Totally there are 8 units, and each unit comprises, or it has 3 lessons, A, B and C. So first will be lesson, second will be a poem, third will be again a lesson or reading comprehension. So we are going to see each and everything. So the first lesson is peace and harmony. The first lesson is peace and harmony. So peace and harmony is a very, very interesting story. So I will read it from the textbook. So you all follow me. Okay. Now look into your textbooks. Once upon a time, in a very thick forest, there lived many animals, birds, snakes, and insects. They all lived together happily. They roamed about the jungle and played together in the open fields without any fear. So now the story starts in such a way that there is a forest. You know what's a forest? Forest is a place where there are a number of animals, and a number of trees will be there, number of wild animals will be there. So it's also called as a jungle. Okay, you can also call it as a forest. So they lived, even the forest which we are talking about has so many animals in that. Like animals were there, birds were there, snakes were there, insects were there, whatnot. All the animals were there in the forest. And the best thing about this forest is they all lived together happily. They were all living together, right? No? So we are not separate. So for example, if you take mobile phones and all, so you become separated from the family when you have a mobile in your hand. So you isolate yourself, you separate yourself, and you go and sit in a corner. But here, so we should be together with the family, because it always gives you boost if you're with the family. But whereas if you're separated, so you will feel alone. So here the jungle also, the animals which are in the jungle also are together, and they are very, very friendly with each other. You know how they are friendly with, how do you know that they are friendly with each other? They roamed about the jungle. They went in the jungle. They played together. Okay, in the open fields. They did not have any kind of fear. The deer did not fear the tiger will come and eat it. Okay, the monkeys did not have any fear, or the elephants did not have any fear. The tigers, the lions, and whatever the animals, even small rabbits also, each and every animal, they all lived together, they played together, and they did not have any kind of fear, because they were very friendly with each other. Okay, so the peacocks, they were very, very proud of their dances. The peacocks, they dance very well when it drizzles. You can see in a zoo how they will dance, and also they're really proud of their dances. Peacocks are best known for their dancing. So they dance very well. But whereas here, even though they are very good dancers, they admired the melodious songs sung by the cuckoos. The cuckoos know, like, they will sing very, very, very beautifully. Though the peacocks were good dancers, they always look at the cuckoos and say that, hey, come on, cuckoos, you sing so well. Your voice is so melodious. Wow, what a song you have sung. So beautiful, so melodious voice. They used to admire them. They used to admire them. So the peacocks we are talking about, they were proud of their dances, but they admired the songs of cuckoos. They loved the songs of their cuckoos. They respected the cuckoos, and they used to say that you guys, like you cuckoos, really sing well. The elephants enjoyed watching the fish swimming in the pool. The elephants are very, very big animals. They are the huge animals, and you might have seen the book, the movie called as Jungle Books. Each and every animal, like, they will bow down when the elephants pass in that particular way. That is a kind of respect which is given to the elephants. But whereas here you can see they are enjoying the fishes which are swimming in the water. The fishes were swimming in the water, and the elephants were standing there watching them. So they were enjoying themselves. The pythons were blessed with long bodies, spoke well of the fine fur of the flat-footed rabbits. You can see here the pythons. There were some pythons, very, very huge snakes and all. No, they have very long, slender bodies. Their body is really very beautiful with nice designs on that. But they were talking very positively. They were appreciating the fur which is on the rabbits. You might have seen the rabbits. Like, the fur will be very, very smooth. So if you touch them, they'll be very smooth. Like the fine fur, the white color or the brown color or the gray color. So you will when you touch them, you'll feel the smoothness of the fur. So they were really appreciating them. Okay, they spoke well. They spoke well about the fur of the rabbits. The tiny ants, which were always busy, tickled the dark buffaloes. The tiny ants, the small ants, like when you watch the ants in your home, they will never stay at one place. They will not pass their time. They'll be very busy in finding their food. So the ants, which were very, very busy, now they don't have any kind of business here. What they were doing is they were tickling the dark buffaloes. There were dark buffaloes over there. They were tickling them. So that is how these all instances, like, the peacocks, they were admiring cuckoos. The elephants watching the fish in the pool. Okay, the pythons were appreciating the fur of rabbits, and the ants, they were tickling the dark buffaloes. Makes very clear that all the animals, they were very, very friendly with each other. There was a peace in the forest. There was a very good harmony in the forest. There's a kind of calmness in the forest because each and every animal has a very good friendship with the other animals. So they were living very happily. They were staying together. But something happened on that day. No, cut this. They often held musical evenings in a large open field. The elephant and the deer danced, the minnows and the parrots sang, the tiger and the bears exhibited gymnastics. They called the moon and his friends, the stars, to be the guests of honor at their musical evenings. And all these animals, they used to have some musical evenings. You'll watch some live programs in television, entertainment channels and all. So like this, they'll have a very good musical evenings, and in that musical evenings, they used to have them in the very, very large open field. So the elephant and the deer, they used to dance. The minnows and the parrots, which are known for the singing and all, like they used to the minnows and the parrots sang the songs. The tiger and the bear, they exhibited some gymnastics. You might have seen gymnastics, right? So gymnastics, there'll be some somersault movements, okay. And if you go to the circus also, you can see people are doing all kinds of gymnastics over there. So they were exhibiting all the gymnastics whatever they know. And you know what they did most? They also called the moon and the stars to be the guests of honor. They called the they call the moon and the stars to be the guests of honor at their musical evenings. So they call, no, who are the guests here? The moon and the stars are the guests. They call the moon and the stars so that they can become the guests of honor, so that they can watch the musical evening. So in front of them, they used to perform all these things and all. So these two paragraphs will tell you that what kind of peace was there in the forest, what kind of harmony was there in the forest, what kind of calmness was there in the forest, what kind of friendship was there in the forest, how the animals were living together with a great bond and friendship. But something happened that changed the life of these animals. One day, you know what happened? A jackal entered into the forest. A jackal entered into the forest. He was dirty, he was dangerous, and also he was very, very, very cunning. He showed his cunning nature when he entered the forest. He directly went near the elephants and he said to the elephants that you are the biggest animals in the forest. He said to the elephants, what did he say? You are the biggest animals in the elephants. Why do you want to play with the small animals like rabbits and squirrels? They are very, very small animals. So why you want to go and play with those animals? You are like a king of the forest. They are very small animals. So it's not good that you play with them. He told the elephants. And then he went to the peacocks, and you know what did he say to them? You are the loveliest birds in the forest. You are the loveliest birds in the forests. You dance well. You know you dance very beautifully. But why you are praising the mynas? Mynas won't sing better than you. They can't dance like you. So why are you praising mynas? You are the best of all the birds in the forest. That is how he poisoned the minds of these animals. And you know, the jackal, then he went to the deer and he said that, you know what? The tiger is waiting for a chance to kill you. It want to kill you and it want to eat you. This is what the jackal told deer. But before that, deer and tiger were friends. But when he listened this word, now deer became very cautious. Now he has a doubt in his mind. Oh my God, this tiger want to really kill me and eat me. So I should be very, very careful. This is how he poisoned the minds of the animals. This is how he put a kind of fear in the animals. This is how he separated the animals. This is how he made the animals become jealous of each other. Now the animals if they really believe jackal, they will not care the other animals. The elephants will no more play with the rabbits. The peacocks will no more praise the mynas and cuckoos, nor the deer will play with the tiger. This is how he poisoned the minds of the animals. He kept a kind of fear in the minds of the animals. Now, so because of this, each and every animal, they started suspecting each other. What do you mean suspecting? They had a kind of doubt on the other. For example, if the deer comes and say, hey, if the tiger comes and says, hey deer, shall we go for a walk? So the deer will say, no, I don't want to come for a walk. I have a very, very important work, because deer has a fear that if I go with the tiger, it will definitely kill me. Isn't it? So earlier they lived together, they stayed together, they slept together, they roamed around in the forest. But now they started putting the boundaries and building fences around their properties. For example, if a squirrel lives in some trees and also they kept a fence around that. If the deers are living in a place, they kept a fence around them so that no animal will come into their land, into their near their home. So that is how they got separated from each other. They are no more friendly, and there were no more musical evenings. So the moon was very very happy to come as a guest of honor in the musical evenings. But now the moon was very sad. The moon was so sad because there were no musical evenings. Now the animals were calling him as a guest. The moon was seeing the situation around here and there, and it became very very sad. You know what? The moon even cried. The moon was it thought for a while. It wanted to solve the problem of the animals. So he decided to come among the animals in the disguise of a sadhu. So he changed his shape into a sadhu. He came into the jungle as a sadhu. As soon as the sadhu came into the jungle, all the animals got a kind of boost, and no, they all approached him. And they started telling him their woes, their sad stories, their problems. They started sharing all their problems, and they cried, they sobbed, there were tears in their eyes, and each and every animal were blaming the other animals. Because of because of the tiger, I'm not able to come out. Because of this animal, I'm not able to come out. So the peacocks are really scolding us. So like this, each and every animal, they were blaming each other. It's only because of elephant there is no peace. Because of only tiger there is no peace. Because of the squirrels and rabbits there is no peace in the forest. They were putting the blame on the other animals. Okay, so the sadhu listened very very carefully to them. The sadhu listened all their woes. The sadhu listened the way they were talking. The sadhu listened each and every animal's woes, sad stories. Did sadhu was able to bring the peace and harmony in the forest? Did sadhu solve the problem in the forest? That we will definitely see in the next class. Until then, see you. Have a great day.